Question number 2, the Honourable Annette King.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question's to the Minister of Finance. What recent reports has he received on the cost of living?
The Honourable Bill English.
Mr Speaker, I've seen a report showing that the true test for the cost of living is the rate at which wages, benefits and super are rising compared to prices. We don't know the situation of every New Zealander and their families because everyone's circumstances are different. However, the facts are that main benefits increase each year by the same rate as prices. New Zealand super has to increase each year by at least the same rate as prices, and over the last 3 years has increased significantly faster than the rise in the cost of living. And the after-tax average wage has increased 7.1% over the last year, compared to inflation of 4.5%. So while New Zealanders, many families do feel that they are under pressure with rising prices, the outlook for them is reasonably positive.
The Honourable Annette King.
Question, Mr Speaker. In light of reports that prices are going up rapidly, what immediate relief is the government providing for rising costs of basic necessities, power, rent, phone, food, which have gone up, while, according to Major Pam Ward from the Salvation Army speaking on the radio this morning, a lot of people's incomes have stayed the same or reduced?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the government will continue to focus on protecting the vulnerable, particularly through the difficult times that we've had, and focusing on policies that will raise incomes. And I agree with the Major. I think the main pressure on families is that they've had relatively low income growth through the recessionary period. The fact that has become clear today that the economy is beginning to grow and develop some momentum gives hope that if we stick to the policies we have, people can expect to see higher incomes in the near future.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. In light of the Minister's answer about low income growth, is the government now prepared to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the government has increased the minimum wage in each of the last 2 years since it has been the government. And at the current rate of increase, it won't be too long before the minimum wage is $15.
The Honourable Annette King.
Supplementary question, Mr Speaker. Why did the government say on television last night that relief was being provided to hard-pressed New Zealanders because the average income earner is getting around $3 a week back in ACC levy reductions, when the reductions won't apply until April next year, 9 months away, when relief is needed now?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, one of the reasons ordinary families have been under pressure is because the last Labor government did such a shocking job of managing ACC that levies had to be put up. And many families will be looking forward to the $600 million reduction in ACC levies from which they will all benefit.
Question, Mr Speaker.
Order. The Honourable Annette King.
Does he recall the National Party in opposition demanding that the then Labor government do something to reduce petrol prices? And if so, can he tell the House what the National Party, now in government, is going to do to reduce petrol prices now they have reached their highest level ever?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the National Government did do something about high petrol prices. We halved the impact of the emissions trading system, and I understand Labor are promising to double that impact again, plus some. And the decrease in ACC levies will also benefit people who are buying petrol. So we are taking action to reduce the cost of living after 10 years where it rose relentlessly under the Labor government.
Question, Mr Speaker. Did he read the report in the Dominion Post today from a middle-income earner who said that her food bill is estimated to have increased by $100 a week extra to buy the same food that she was buying a year ago, and this has definitely affected her family? If so, is the only response from the National Party at this time to have reduced ACC levies sometime in the future?
The Honourable Bill English.
No, Mr Speaker, I did see the story and I admire the mother for the careful and focused way which she is contributing to the community and bringing up those children. And we really want to support her. And in addition to the reduction in ACC levies, we have interest rates maintained at the lowest level in 45 years. That family has enjoyed the benefit of tax cuts, and we've put together economic policies which give her now some hope that she can look forward to a higher income over the next 3 or 4 years.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Is the Minister aware that in a recent Otago University study into food insecurity involving a survey of 19,000 people, researchers found food insecure people had a significant 90% increase in risk of higher levels of distress? And if so, in light of rising household and fuel costs, when will he implement positive policies that enhance food security for thousands of at-risk households, such as Māori Party policies to eliminate GST off healthy foods and increased funding for marakai?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, the Māori Party in discussions with the government offers a range of fairly constructive suggestions about how to achieve the ends that we all want to achieve, which is protecting the most vulnerable through tough times. And then as the economy lifts, the country will have more choices about how to spread the benefits of growth. But our immediate priority is to achieve a growing economy so that we have some of those choices. In other countries where the government's books are not under control and debt is out of control, everyone is suffering from large income cuts.
The Honourable Annette King.
In light of the reports from social agencies on hardship facing New Zealanders, will he now believe social agencies who are providing food parcels at record numbers when they say many low-income New Zealanders cannot cope with the rising cost of living, forcing them to cut back on the food that they eat or to seek handouts to be able to feed their families?
The Honourable Bill English.
Well, Mr Speaker, we work closely with the social agencies all the time, and they've worked with the government very constructively over, for instance, the Community Response Fund, in which we allocated tens of millions of dollars of extra funding in order to help those agencies with the growing demand caused by the recession. What they want and we want, though, is to look forward to the opportunity for rising incomes for those families. And taxing more and spending more will not deliver those families higher incomes.
Question number 3, the Honourable John Boscawen.
Thank you.